Hello everyone, good morning. Let's continue with the API testing session. Let me share my screen. Yes. So in the last class, what we have discussed about the theoretical point, right? What is API testing, where we can perform API testing, right? So basically API stand for Application Programming Interface. Whenever two different applications wants to communicate with each other, API plays very important role. Because of API, I can say, it is possible to communication between two different applications. So guys, what we have covered in the last class, just recap once again. See, so we have seen what is client and server, the two important components. So client is responsible to pass a request to the server and server is responsible to serve that request, right? But in client server architecture, three components are very, very important, right? I can say one is the client, other one is nothing but server. But in that server, there are two different partitions. I can say server is divided into two different parts. One is application server or your web server. And the second is what? Your database server. So what happens? Whenever you pass an instruction, these three components are very important, right? We can pass an instruction through the client. Client will pass an instruction to the server, and then through the server, we will get the data from this database server, right? So basically, client will pass a request like this. This is the client server. Here you will able to see some business logic, correct? So business logic, which is written by developer, these logics will validate your request and then finally request goes to the database server. From the database server, then what will happen? You will be able to see the response and then response will again come back to the client. So already we have seen this architecture yesterday. This is completely web architecture, guys. So just focus, okay? Three different components. And yes, as I told you, user can interact with the client, right? User can interact with the client. So this is called front end. And here user can interact with all the graphical user interface. So here we do which type of testing? Graphical user interface testing. Here, generally on business logic. Okay, just be on mute. Okay, generally on business logic, to validate this business logic, we can conduct API testing here, okay, on this middle layer. So we do API testing here. API stand for Application Programming Interface. So why Application Programming Interface? Because it is a part of application layer, right? This architecture is very important. It is a part of application layer. Why it is a programming? Because API itself, technically, it is a bundle of a program. I can say group of code together, we will simple test. So the business logic is nothing but entire programming. And yes, it is called interface. Why? Because client and database server, they are able to communicate with this business logic. And that is the reason we do API testing here. Whenever you need to validate a database, here we do database testing. Okay, so these three components, just remember how the communication happen. So guys, as I told you, where exactly we can perform API testing and what exactly we can test. So we can test business logic. Actually, you are going to perform only black box testing. You just need to pass a request to the particular server, right? Correct? So here the software is nothing but we are using what internally server. We are passing a request and then we will just validate that response. So two important component, or I can say keyword like request and response. This is again very important. Request, that means again it is in the form of URL, which include everything, entire address, resource locator, entire address of that particular, I can say the application, or it is in the form of API itself, we will pass and then we will simple. It is kind of, HTTP request, I can say. URL we will pass, that means this is considered as an endpoint generally. And HTTP request we can pass, correct? What kind of HTTP request will be there? Yes, that can be GET request. If you want to just retrieve the information from the server, we can use GET request. If you want to create a particular data or pass a particular data to the server, we use POST request. If you want to update anything, then we can use PUT. Again, there is for one more, for update, that is called patch. Then guys, there is a one more, delete. If you want to perform delete, like anything, if you want to delete from your database, whatever it is, right? That also we can perform with the help of delete request. So basically requests are actually nothing but all the HTTP requests we can pass. So URL we required, this is called endpoint, okay, where you are going to pass this request. And then you will able to see what the particular response. Response can be anything. It can be the message. It can be the status code, right? So every HTTP request has its own status code, correct now? So what will be the status code? According to that, we will decide, okay, whether your response is valid or invalid. So status code will be there, right? Sometimes you will get some payload, some information, right? This is also very, very important. See, the client and server, these two parties are important for communication. Through the client, we can somewhere pass their information and we will get the response from the server. And this we can test in this API testing. One more important part. So in API testing, what is exactly role of tester? See, developer design this API, okay? They will provide this API to you. So in the local environment, that means in QA environment, we guys will test this API, correct? And then whenever the API goes to the production environment, in the production environment, if it is deployed on a web, then it is called web service, right now. So we have already observed that there are two different web services are available. One is SOAP and another one is a REST, correct? So what is the difference between SOAP and REST? Very common interview question. See guys, very simple. SOAP request is what? It is all about simple object access protocol. So it is actually protocol, okay? It is actually protocol, but REST is not protocol. It is just the architectural style. I can say it is a architectural style, okay? So it has its own rule, and based on that rule and the method, we are able to implement a logic. Fine. So REST API is very popular. Okay, be on mute. Thank you. So REST API is very popular. Why? Because generally all the requests, all the HTTP requests, we are able to pass, we are able to see the response through the REST only, right? In SOAP, usually it follows only post request. And in fact, the format will be only XML format. But in REST, we may have, you can use text format, you can use XML format, HTML format, in fact, JSON format, right? You can use all the format. And that is the reason REST is very, very popular. This is a web service, remember, okay? So in the last class, what we have discussed about the architecture part, then these three important layers: presentation, application, and database layer, and the communication between this, right? Then we have covered again the same, that what is exactly API, where we can use it. So API will help you, to communication between two different application, two different component, and we can able to pass a data also, right? So data exchange also, it is possible. And their API we can use usually everywhere, right? So in web application, in computer hardware part, operating system, database, everywhere we use API. API is nothing but a software library. So Selenium, in Selenium WebDriver, I will say WebDriver is also API, correct? So whenever we test this API, its integration with the web services, then that is called API testing. The main focus is what? Validate the business logic, correct? So in API testing, we can perform in both ways, manually also with respect to the Postman tool, or there are some other tools also available, that also you can follow. And there is a one more part in automation also, we can follow the API testing. So today I will be covering both. So yesterday we have just seen how to log in into Postman, right? And we have only covered one request, get request. Now today I will be covering some other request, right? So let's just understand what is API and how exactly we are able to perform that API testing. So yes, mostly API testing, we can simply perform at the business layer, right? The entire program, entire coding part, we are able to validate here. So you'll be not able to see any kind of UI, correct? So it is kind of what I can say, like we are able to pass a request only and we will get the response. So server response only you are going to validate. You will not able to see any front-end activity, any UI part. So guys, there is a one more interview question, types of API testing. So these are the API testing types. Just go through it once because we already covered this topic yesterday, right? So just follow the previous recording. Now, unit testing and API testing, what is the difference? Because API testing, unit testing, it is done by, I can say, API is implemented by developer, but test by tester, right? Unit testing is what? Like unit is implemented by developer only and testing is also done by developer only, correct? So do not confuse in these two different types. This is very important. Unit testing, whenever each and every single module will be implemented, then to test the functionality of that module, we do unit testing. But what is API? When we go for API, the API is a part of integration. Whenever complete application is ready, that means whenever build is ready. So after build, once the build is created, before system testing, we do API testing. Okay, whether build is working fine. If everything is fine, then only we will move ahead with a system testing level where we can test functionality, non-functionality of the software application. Correct? So do not confuse in these two different types, like what is unit testing, what is API testing. Now guys, what is web services? As I told you, web service. See, every web service is a API, right? But every API is not considered as a web service because every API को हम deploy नहीं करते. Try to understand the concept. Whenever any API get deployed onto the web, then that will become web service. Okay? And again the same. What is the main purpose of web service? Why we have web service? Obviously, to smoothly perform communication between two different applications, we require this web service. So in the last or in the previous session only, what we have discussed, we have taken that example, make my trip example, just go through that once again. So basically, how you are able to access the data which is available in different application. It is not possible that you can directly access their database, but yes, what the application will do, that application will provide you their API, and using that API, third party application, they can access the information and they can simple show them, right? Or you guys can simple use that information. So web service provide standard protocol for communication. Okay, using web service, two different applications, they can communicate with each other and they can exchange their data information. Correct? This is the point that we have covered in the last class. And guys, as I told you, these are the two popular web services, SOAP and the REST web services, right? So the REST is very popular, right? REST API, this REST Assure, okay, this is very, very popular web service which is available. So let's understand today, like how we can perform manual process, this API testing with manually, and then we will go through this REST Assure. I will explain you how we can do it with the help of automation also. Correct? So automation means you just need to pass a request in the form of script. Correct? Whatever you are going to pass in the Postman, same thing we will pass with the help of script. Then what kind of script will be there? Okay, how many classes will be there, and how exactly the methods and classes you guys are going to follow. Only that part we are going to discuss. Okay. So now let me come to this point. Representational state transfer. Okay, this is what? A web service, RESTful web service. So it is a service represent a resource that can be accessed from the web. Yes. And again the same. These main four important requests that you need to understand. Okay, to create a resource, to retrieve any resource, to update any resource, and to delete any resource. These are the HTTP requests that we follow. So how we can do it, we will see. Okay. So yesterday I have explained about HTTP method. These are the very important method, guys, that you need to remember. Then these are the status code, okay, that you need to follow. Sometimes people might ask you the meaning of the code, so prepare well. Okay. Then I will show you today official site also where you can get this entire code and everything. So you can just follow that site also. That is also okay, right? So the main point is what? We are going to pass some request to the server, request in the form of obviously HTTP request. And that request may contain some URI, some uniform resource identifier, some headers, some payload. Payload, that means it is kind of data, like sometimes we need to pass some data to the server. So this is entire available in the request. So we can pass this request to the server, and from the server request will validate, and then it will goes to the database, right? And then through the database, you will get the response, and the same response we can validate at the front end side. Okay. But this is what we do here, the functional testing. We can validate through the functional testing. But whenever we need to perform API testing, we will pass a request directly without any UI to this, server, and we will get the response directly. So HTTP response, it can include code, some message, some payload, some string message, right? For successful. And this we can validate. So how to validate it? Yes, there are various ways, as I told you. So this is just information. I will be sharing this. Just follow. Okay. Now, Already we have covered this part, that how we can take a demo on a browser. Basically, you can pass a request, you will get the response through the browser also. But browser will simple provide you the information. It will not provide you some extra detail, like what kind of headers are there, some additional information, the code, status code kya tha response ka, right? You will not get this information when you try on browser. So guys, for this, we are going to use one official website. Actually, there is a website they have provided. This contain only demo APIs for testing. So just use, this website, REQRES, request and response. See, when you open, they have provided here some fake APIs. Okay, or you can consider these are demo APIs and you can use it to test for testing purpose. So example, you can see this is a get request, right? This is a base URL. Just observe. This is a base URL. This is the address, right? But as I told you, what is this request? Request में जो लिखा होता है वो क्या होता है? This is called endpoint. Okay. So along with the base URL, you just need to follow this request. So if you just copy this entire request here, okay, or if I just click on this directly, see. Just a minute. Let me go to once again and let me click. Yeah, now you can see whatever I have copied here, right? I'm able to see some JSON response. Okay, it is what it is coming. It is coming in the form of JSON. Now see, it is simple displaying you that page two pages are there and all, right? Let me just do one thing. I will unpin or I will just remove from Chrome because it is not, I'm not able to show you. Just a minute. Let me remove it and let me try one more time. Yeah. So now you can just observe. Okay. This is a response we are getting. If you focus, this is a response. So we are getting, okay, for page 2, per page 6 records are there and total 12 records are there. And see, this is the information. Okay. Some IDs are there, 8, 9, 10, 11. See, 7 se start ho raha hai. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, right? This kind of IDs are there for page number 2. If you focus, see, suppose I'm changing here. I'm passing page number 1. So what is coming? Just observe. This time I'm getting same kind of response, but see, this is again same. This is page number 1 and see, previously ID was 8, 9, 10, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? But now check the IDs. Now you are able to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Correct now? So each page contains 6 records. That is total 2 pages are there. So total you will be able to see 12 records. So this is the concept. That means in browser, you are just able to see the response that what data, because we are passing here a simple get request. So मैंने एक request pass किया, right? Get, because I just want to retrieve some data from the server and see I can able to see this response. But the point is, here we can't validate a response. In fact, here you can't check that, okay, what is the status code, how much time it required, right? So we can't validate all these things. And that is a reason. What we can do, we can use some tool. So guys, yesterday, I have shown you how you guys can simply use this Postman tool. Just you need to perform login. So through the Google, just search Postman. This is the official website for Postman. Go to that and see you are able to do sign up for free. Okay, so just go for this registration process. Yesterday we have completed it. So today, let me directly sign in. Okay, so I will just pass an email ID and the password. So I have given this one, right? Let me just write my email ID. And I will be creating my password. And let's see, once you log in. So account creation we have completed yesterday. And see, I'm getting this profile. Okay, so this is my workspace actually. So yes, you can see the messages are there. If you go to the workspace, right, we have created one DST215 workspace yesterday. So let me click on that. Now just observe. See, this is our workspace and we have created one collection also, right? Base DST215. And see, in this we have passed here 2 different requests. You can just observe Google request and Google query request. Yeah, first just understand. Okay, this is the first request that we have passed. And see the query request where we have passed here that Java. Okay, so Java get added to this request. Done. So today let me show you, whatever the this fake APIs we have now, with the fake APIs, let me show you how you can automate. So first of all, suppose this is my request. So let me copy this complete endpoint, base URL plus that endpoint, copy karo. Then you can come to here in the Postman. What you need to do in the Postman, you just need to pass a new request. So guys, just create a new request here. Okay, either you can click on here and directly from the file also or home also you are able to create it. So let me create directly here. See, this is a request. I'm just going to pass get request one more time and see this is my endpoint. Okay, so complete endpoint we are going to pass in this way. Now guys, you can see automatically there is a page is a key and the value is a 1, right? If you observe, these are the parameters. Now if you observe here, let me show you. This is again authorization. Some hidden headers are available, right? So whenever you are passing request through the client, तो client से एक extra or additional information भी pass होगा server के पास, and that you are able to see in the headers. For example, if you click here, you are able to see these are the header, host, agent, accept, this kind of headers are available. So this is a body. So get request में हम कोई भी body या कोई भी information pass नहीं करेंगे. What is the meaning of get? Get will help you to retrieve information from the server, right now. So we don't need to pass any body or any detail. Then guys, here we can set up some prerequisite, and yes, as I told you, this is a test. So today I will cover this point also. If you want to add any test, how you are going to add it. So we have some ready-made snippets, we can use it and we will validate a request. So first of all, what I have done, yes, I have just passed this endpoint to in the get request, and then you just need to do what? You just need to click on send. Okay. Once you send, you can see you are able to see this response. If you just want to observe this response in this, that vertical, in a vertical way, then you can just click on this and you'll be able to see in this way. So this is a request, this is a response. Okay. Just click it this here. Okay. At the end, you can see this is a script pane, single pane view. Okay. Just click on that. And then you are able to see in this way. Okay. Just observe. So this is a response. I'm getting a JSON response. Now just observe, जो भी browser पे आपने देखा, right? Same response you are getting here. तो first page request हमने pass किया था, and for first page, this is a response. Okay, so data or response is correct in the form of data. Now if you just observe here, if you go to this status code, just observe what is the status code. So for successful response, you'll be able to see 200. So you are getting 200 with OK message. And see, this is the total time it required. Total size is available, right? If you want, you can save the response. So let me add some test case here. So exactly what I want to do is, I just want to validate this code, status code. So if you focus here, okay, just focus here in the given snippet or ready-made snippet. You have various ready-made snippets available. Just scroll down and see here the ready-made snippet is available for status code. If you observe, see, status code is 200. So it can be anything, but yes, we can validate this, right? Let me show you. So automatically you are able to see some, objects are there. PM is an object, then test is a method for that. Okay, it is again coming from the JavaScript. So guys, what you are going to do, just you need to pass here a particular status code. Suppose this time I'm looking for 200 status code. Okay, because see, in the previous, we don't have any result. If you observe here, we don't have any result to show. Okay, result आपका blank था, test result. But now if you observe, if I pass here directly this particular code, okay, which is already available in the Postman, just use this code and just send again same request. And let's see, this time you are getting a result as a pass, correct? We are getting result as a pass, status code is 200. Everybody clear? Suppose tomorrow I'm expecting that the code should be 201. Okay, so in that case, what will happen? See this. This time obviously get request में अगर वही response code होगा तो it will become again pass, but obviously the actual response code is 200 and we are expecting for what? 201. So it will definitely fail. So if you pass it one more time, see, you are getting that fail. Status code is 200. Assertion error. So guys, we have already seen when we get the assertion, internally they have applied this assertion. Whenever assertion fail, you will able to see this assertion error. Expected response to have status code 201, but got 200, right? Expected we have provided 201, but मुझे मिला है 200, so that is the reason my code is failed. But if you focus here, okay, just go to the site and just observe what they have given. Let me go back. See, For first request, they have given the response code should be 200, right? So just follow the same. जो response code दिया है, just follow the same, and then you will get the correct answer. So here I will be again making a change. Let me write here 200 only, and one more time I will send the same request. Obviously, it will become pass now. So in this case, like this is a request. In this way, we are able to pass a request. We will apply some test case here, and we will see the response. So what kind of response it is? It is a server response we are going to validate. So whenever you are testing API manually, in that case, this is the process. You just need to pass that proper endpoint. That means your request, the particular method, which method you are expecting, get, post, what you want to do, right? According to, you can select the HTTP request, and then you can check the response. You can validate this response. Now let me save it. So I will be saving it again. So if you want to pass here, request, you can just pass. So this is a get request. Let me write get request, and I will add it to the same collection, and I will save it. Okay. So in this way, we can pass a get request. Now let me show you the one more. There are 4 important requests that we are going to observe today. So there is a one more post request. See, other requests you can try. See, there are so many get requests are available. You guys can try that. Okay. Now let me come to this post. What is post request? Post means we are going to pass some information, some payload to the server. So basically, whenever you are going to pass any data, that is called payload. And see, here, this is a request where we are going to pass some data. Okay, so I just want to pass some name and the job. Okay, so this payload you have to add. But how to add, where to add, just observe. Very first, this is a request we have created, new request. Let me select request now. This is my post request. What we have to do, we have to add here endpoint. So do one thing, go to the site, click on this endpoint. You will able to see the base URL along with this endpoint. Copy karo, come back to the Postman, and you can paste it here. Done. Now I cannot pass only request here, right? Along with request, I have to pass this information. Where correct, which information? So if you go to one more time post, see, this is a payload, right? Information means this is a payload. So just copy this entire payload where you can pass in Postman. So this time we can use body, right? In the body, where to pass? See, just use the type, raw type. Just use the raw type, and here you can pass it. Paste karo. But see, this is considered to be string only, because the pattern is what this time? It is a string response or string request we are passing. But no, actual site has everything is available in the JSON, guys. So kya karna hai? You just need to change here a particular JSON. Just select a JSON request, and then you will get some colors. You can see this is an accurate request that we are going to pass. So this time, if you want, you can update a request also. Example, this time I just want to pass a name. Suppose I'm passing this name, Priyanka, and here, okay, let me write. And here, I just want to pass a job, let's say a QA engineer. Done. I have just passed here QA engineer. And yes, this is a particular job and profile or name I just want to pass. Okay. Now, if you want to observe what is the status code is available 201. So you can just validate that. So go to the test, and I can again use that snippet which is already ready in the Postman. And then only you have to pass here what? 201. That's it. Let me check one more time. It is correct. Yes, 201. So what will happen? Whatever data you will pass, this is the body that we are expecting, that we should get this result. Let's see. Now I have given some data. Okay, name and some job I have given. Let's see whether we are able to see the same result. So just click on send, and now can you observe everybody? See, this is my request and this is my result. Response which is coming from the server. And see, my test case is also passed. Why? Because I'm getting what? Status code as a 201. Okay, so it is just a minute. We have given 201. No? Yeah, it is correct. Okay, so for every successful status, you will able to see status code is 200. Okay, as I told you, all the 200 families comes under successful code. So that is the reason we are getting here 201 is created. It is comparing with the same, and then you are able to see the same result. Okay, so Are you guys clear with the concept how you can pass a post request? This is the way. Okay, so whatever data I have passed, मैंने ये data pass किया था, right? And same data you are able to observe in the response, right? I'm getting the same result in the response. This is called post request. So just save it. Let's see. Now this is a post request. I can pass some data. Okay, so generally where we can apply this get request, post request, see sometimes we just require, application information only. In that case, get request we do. Post means suppose you are doing some registration, right? कोई application है and उस application पे आप registration कर रहे हो. So in that case, obviously, you just need to pass your information, no? That is nothing but the post request. Now there is a one more, update. If you want to update anything, then what we can do? So where we can use this in the real time? Update कहाँ पे करोगे? Maybe you are updating your profile and you are adding some photos, you are adding some resume to your profile, whatever it is, right? और कोई file आप add कर रहे हो. That is nothing but I am just updating the data. Maybe I'm changing my profile picture, something like that. That is also comes under the update information. So for update, which request we can follow? See, there are two requests available. Put and patch. So what is the difference? Let me tell you. Put will actually replace the element. Okay, put में अगर आपने data को update किया, so what the put will do? Put will replace the previous element with the latest element. Okay, whatever you are going to pass. And what the patch will do? In patch also we are able to do update only. See, same functionality, update. But in patch, partial update is also possible. In put, the complete data you have to pass, you have to update. But here we can do only partial update also. It is possible. That is only one difference available in put and patch. So example, if I go to put, see, this is a response, or I will say this is a request. First of all, we are going to pass along with some payload, right? This time also we need to pass some data, and then only you will able to see this kind of response. Okay, then let's try with this. So I will be copy this, first of all, URL address. Let me copy this endpoint. And then I will come to here. I will add a new request now in the Postman. See, this time I'm going to use a put request. Just apply your endpoint here. But yes, what we need to do, we need to add this body also. Correct? They have given some JSON format. So let me again click on put and see, this is a JSON body. We just need to pass. So this is technically called payload. So copy this payload, go to the Postman. Again, go to the body, select raw type, where you can select the particular format for your body or for your payload, and then you can paste it here. And select here a JSON, right? We are passing this time JSON request. So whatever request you are going to pass, whatever payload you are going to pass, accordingly, you can select here the particular type. Okay. So I'm just going to pass this information. Let me update. Okay. Obviously, यहाँ पे internally update नहीं होगा. But still, at least you can observe. So I'm just updating this information. Suppose this time I'm adding trainer. And yes, what we need to do again, you can apply here a test case also. Just apply to validate status code, some content, okay? In manual testing, we can just follow this way. Just add some snippet. Just a minute. Let me add it where it is. Yeah, here. I can validate this time 200 as a status code, because if you check here, see the response we are getting in the form of 200. Okay, so let's do one thing. Directly, run or pass this request. Just observe. Can you see? I'm able to see this update and see I'm getting this message. Update at what? This is today's time and date. Everybody, is this clear? So this is a update we have. Okay. And in this way, we have updated our information. Now, if you focus on test, see, I'm getting what? Again, it is a pass and status code is 200. If you go to the body here, you can see, status code is already given 200. Okay. The total time is given and this is the size of your response. So guys, this is the way we are able to update a data. But in update, in put request, what is the concept? We can update entire information, and actually in the database, it will replace the original value with this value, whatever you are going to pass. Now, if you follow, suppose, okay, let me just go back to the put and let me save it. Just a minute. So this is a put request. Okay. And I will be adding in the same collection. Now let me go to the next one. So this is a new request. Okay. And this time I will show you what is a patch. So in the patch, as I told you, you can update partial update also possible. Example, this is a request no for patch. And see again, we are able to see the same result. Let me click on patch one more time. See. So in the patch also we can perform update. So you just require this point first, this URL address, just copy karo, right? And then you can come back to the Postman, just pass this endpoint and see we are able to pass some body also. That means payload. If you go to patch again, see this is a payload. Copy, come back to the Postman, and here in the body, just select the raw type. If you want directly, you can select a JSON, and here you can add your that particular request. Done. Again, the same, what is the response code? See again, it is a 200. So if you want, you can add here a test case also. So just go to the ready-made snippet and just add again the same status code is expected is 200. Done. And now you can pass this request. Just observe. Again, this time I'm able to see the data. Okay, I haven't to make a change. Let me change. Let me do some change. See, I'm going to show you the patch, right? So patch में usually मैंने क्या किया है? ये update किया है. Let's see. I just want to update some partial information. I just want to update some name. So I just want to add here, suppose Sarang. Okay, let me add Sarang. So let's see this time what will happen. If I send this request, see, I'm able to see that partial update also. So patch में ये possible है. You know, patch and put both will act same, like update. They will update your information. But in put, whatever you are going to update, वो complete update होगा. That means previous data will be replaced. But in patch, we are able to update some partial information also. And this is your patch request. Correct? Now, if you observe test case result, yes, it is also passed. Why? Because we are able to see that 200 status code. So for successful response, you will get 200 as a status code. Okay. Let me save it. In manual, it is very, very easy. So basically, developers will give you this kind of, you know, what I can say, this kind of APIs, and you guys are going to perform this kind of testing. So remember this point. Okay. Let me apply here. This is a patch request and let me save it. Done. So guys, all the requests I have simple created here in this collection. Let me show you one more, which is nothing but delete. Yes, delete is very simple. Something, you know, the whatever available at this user number 2, that means second number user, we are going to delete. And see, we don't need to pass any payload. We will not able to see any kind of response, not in the form of body. But yes, you can validate this code here, 2, not 4, correct? So what I will do, I will go to this endpoint. First of all, select it, copy it, go to the Postman. Let me create one more, but this time this is a delete. Let me use it and I will just paste it here. So I just want to apply here test because no body, no payload, nothing, right? Just go to this status code and apply here what? 204. We are expecting it should be 204. Let's see now. If you pass this request, what will happen? See, you are not able to see any body, guys. No content. 204 is available for no content. So let me show you this part. If you go to the Google and directly search karo, you know, HTTP status code. Yeah, you can use this. And see, this is the official site, developer.mozilla.org. Just go to this. See, all the information responses you will get from 100 to 199. Successful response for 200 to 299. Redirection 300 to 399. Client error 400 to 499. And server error related to server, you know, 500 to 599. If you go to successful response, see, here you are able to see the meaning. 200 okay ka matlab kya hai, right? 201 we have seen in the post request, right? And अभी कौन सा request मिला है यहाँ पे resource में और response में 204. 204 means no content. So whenever you are passing a request, you are not able to see any content from the server, and that is what available here. Okay. So guys, just follow this HTTP response code, and in this way we are able to make a change and see I'm getting the same result. है ना? 204 आया, same है. That means test case is pass here. And in this way, we can perform Postman practical and just save it. Let me show you. This is a delete request. Delete will help you to delete, you know, the content or delete the particular information, whatever you have passed, maybe in the application. that you can delete. Okay, so let me just pass here. This is a delete request. Just a minute. And let me save it. Okay, now in this way, we have already, created all this request. So total 5 to 6 requests are available now. What if tomorrow? Okay, there is a one more point I just want to explain in the Postman. The Postman is very easy. You can explore it. Okay, just go through the Postman documentation and see this. Okay, how we can able to pass a request, how we'll get the response. So usually in some companies, for the interview perspective, they might ask you, they will provide you some endpoint and they will ask you, do this practical on Postman. Okay, just show them. So in that case, this point, these many information, how to add the endpoint, how to pass some payload, how to get the response from the server. This information is enough to understand how we can perform practically, how we can able to pass a request, and how we can validate that response. But this is not exact automation. Okay, what we are doing, we are just passing request and we are just getting the output. Okay, when you come to the automation point, automation means everything we are able to pass in the form of script, and then you are able to validate a response, whatever it is coming from the server. Okay, just make a note on that. So every automation tool follows record and playback mechanism. That is a reason. First of all, you need to record something. And what is that recording process means? Already we have seen. Recording means what? It is all about the script generation process. You have to create a script first, and then we can pass it, and then you will able to see the response. So whatever we have performed in the Postman, it is just a manual process. You just need to pass a request and check the output, okay, or check the response. Suppose I just want to execute every request. Suppose if you go to the GET request, if you click on send, you are able to see the result. That's it. This is the way that we can execute one by one request. Suppose if you want to execute all this request, get, put, patch, delete, everything, then what we can do? See at this collection point, okay, here you can see there are 3 dots. View more options are coming here, right? Go to that. And see here you can simple go to this option, run collection. Okay. So how many times? See, I have total these many test cases available in my collection, correct? I have these many test cases available in my collection. So if you want, you can provide here iteration also. And if you want to save your responses, you can save it also, right? So if you want to run entire collection, you are able to run it. See, if I just observe run, so you can see everything, whatever the request we have passed, in this way, we are able to see the result. Everybody, it is clear. So delete, patch, put, get, post, everything. Okay, we have completed total 5 responses. I'm getting in the like test case result I'm getting because I have applied test case here. So I'm getting it is pass. Okay, all the requests are pass. If you want to check summary, you can check it here. See this. These are the requests we are able to see in the pass mode. Everybody clear? So all the requests we are able to execute and we will get the results. So total 5 results I am able to observe here. So this is the one more way. If you want to run a complete collection, you can just run it in this way. So this is the concept that we follow in Postman. Now let me come to the rest assured. What is in automation? How exactly we can able to do that? Let me show you that part. So first of all, as I told you for Postman, like there are various tools available for API testing, right? But isme se like it depends on your requirement and the industry also, right? What the tool, what kind of APIs or what kind of information they are following, right? But Postman is very popular. So with the help of Postman, we are able to pass a HTTP request to the server and we will get the response from the server. And then we can simple validate that response. Now guys, these are the features of Postman tool. Obviously Postman open source hai, easy to use hai. It has its internal API support also. We can use that demi APIs also. It is extensible. Again, integration is possible. So you can integrate Postman with other open source community tool, right? Then other community support is also available. Documentation and part is also available in Postman. So these are some basic features of the Postman. And we can follow Postman only for a manual testing purpose. So in this way, we are able to test all the requests, all the APIs manually. Now the main point, what is meant by REST API? Because rest assured, it is actually a Java library, okay, for testing REST API or for RESTful web services. So What exactly automation means? How exactly we are able to automate it? Whatever you have learned so far, post, get, put, patch, हर एक रिक्वेस्ट को आप ऑटोमेशन में कन्वर्ट कर सकते हो, बट कैसे? You have to understand only the important point, like how we can able to write a script. You should know what is Java, right? The prerequisite for this is Java. Java programming you should know, right? So let's see what is REST API. I will be showing you the very simple concept, how we can perform the same testing, whatever we perform in Postman, how we can do the same thing in the automation. Let me show you. So first of all, what is REST Assure? REST Assure, it is a Java library for testing RESTful web services, correct? Now, it is used to invoke REST web service and validate response. Obviously, here also we are able to pass some request and we will check the response without any UI. Okay, we are not able to test any UI part now. So it support post, get, put, patch, delete, options, head, all this kind of requests it support. But these are very popular. Remember, these 5 are very, very popular. And we can validate response also. REST Assure is actually implemented in Groovy language. Okay, internally it uses Groovy language, but yes, it uses BDD style for testing. So first of all, what is BDD? BDD stands for Behavior Driven Development. Okay, this is a framework, and here we have already covered the Cucumber part, right? So Cucumber is a tool, or Cucumber is a, I can say, library that simple follows BDD framework. So in Cucumber, usually everybody, developer, tester, they can work collaborative manner. That is the reason Cucumber is very popular in Agile. Okay, this BDD framework is very popular in Agile. So guys, what we do here, first of all, tester, developer, and the product owner, they have to prepare some kind of feature file which contains some kind of keywords. So given, then, when, these are the very popular keywords that you guys are already aware, right? We have completed this part in Cucumber part. So those students, those who haven't completed yet, just wait for some time, just understand the concept. Okay. So how to create a test case? Let me show you. Before creation of this, what is the prerequisite for this automation part? You should know Java. For practical purpose, you should have Eclipse. You should know what is Maven, what is Testng. Okay. So let me explain you in a quick manner. First of all, what is Testng? So guys, when you prepare a Selenium script in Eclipse, okay, that will be considered as a plain JavaScript, right? But when you write, so in Selenium script also what we can do, we will add that Webdriver API and we will prepare a script. But whenever you are passing that request to the browser and whenever you are getting some response, you will be not able to see any kind of result. Example, if I show you, let's see. So I have created this Selenium project for one of the batch, DST215 only. And let me just remove this and let me show you. So if I create here one more test case under the same web testing package. So let me go to simple test case. Everybody just observe. Okay. So here you can just create a class because it is a plain Java project, right? So we are able to create this kind of class. And what we can do, just write, suppose this is a Google test. Let me give this name Google test. I will take a main function. And see, whenever you need to start with Selenium WebDriver, very first you need to write what? This kind of WebDriver library. Okay, WebDriver interface you need to use. So WebDriver, okay, this is not a library. We have added a library here, correct now? Selenium server library. But this is what? It is an interface. Technically, what is a WebDriver? WebDriver, it is an interface. So you just need to add a WebDriver interface. Suppose driver is equal to new. And from whatever browser you want to launch, right? Just create, just use that class file. So I'm just using here a class name. Okay, Chrome driver is a class. So if you observe, I have created this scenario. WebDriver is a parent for Chrome. So I can say WebDriver is the parent class reference and child class object that I have created here. So using parent class reference, child class object, everything you are able to call from the parent, correct? So let me import WebDriver from Selenium. Yes, because of this API, we are able to import these classes now, right? And what we have to do, we have to pass here some system.set property. Why? Because guys, if you write a single step, if you execute it, see what will happen. It will ask you to add that, driver file, path of the driver file. So I'm getting this illegal state exception here because it will ask me to add this path of the driver file. So the path to the driver executable must be set by, this is a key, okay? And the class, which is nothing but system class, that we are going to use. So system property, that means what? So we are going to pass this request to our system first, and we will ask the system to launch everything from that what? From that dummy browser. So for every real browser, the vendors has given you a driver file, and you are going to pass a request to those driver. Correct? So direct request हम browser पे pass नहीं करेंगे. It is only for security purpose. So I'm going to use here simple system class. Everybody observe. System dot set property, right? And here we need to pass some property. Example, for Chrome, you just need to write everything in a small letter. Webdriver, then I will write Chrome and then driver. Okay, this is a key. And what is meant by path? For path, again, the process is what? For your Chrome, whatever the driver file is available over there, right? You just need to download it. So I have already completed that step. Let me show you. So in this C drive, I have already saved everything, right? So yes, this part we have completed in our automation classes, right? And this is my driver file. So you just need to right click and you just need to copy this path. Okay, copy as a path and just use this path. So the process is very simple, guys. Just use this path. And now you can see this is my path, just extra single slash and the double quote you need to remove. So everything is clear. Now we can just pass a request. So driver.get, right? And in this way, we can prepare a Selenium test case. Just add here www.exact URL address, suppose google.com. And what I want to do is I just want to capture a title from the application. So I will just use here, let's say title is, and then I can pass here method driver.getTitle. Okay, this is the way we can write a Selenium script. If I run it, just observe what will happen. Once you run Selenium test case, you are able to see the result in the console and see the UI part is also you are able to observe, correct? So Google page has launched here, and see why I'm saying that it is a dummy, because it is written here. Chrome is being controlled by automated test software. So this is my real browser. Just observe. This is my real browser, right? But this is the one dummy one that we have used only for this automation purpose. So that is the reason it is a dummy browser. Okay, now close it. Now, if you go to the Eclipse again, see the result. See in the console, I'm able to observe only some log information, and see this is my title, title of this Google application. But are you able to observe whether your test case is passed, whether your test case is failed? No. For that, we are going to use Testng framework. You know what is Testng? Testng is actually unit testing framework. Okay. So if you want to test, if you want to prepare test cases, unit level test cases, then we can use Testng framework. So how to add it? Guys, process is very, very simple. You just need to go to the Eclipse. Okay. Go to the help. Under help, go to this Eclipse marketplace, and you just need to search here. Okay. Just a minute. Let me show you how you can simple add this Testng framework to your Eclipse. And let me show you then, after adding, how exactly we are able to prepare a test case in Testng, and then you will get to know the difference. If you write a plain Java project and if you write a plain script, Selenium script, then how exactly you are able to see the result. So here you need to search Testng, okay, and just click on enter. So once you hit enter, see, you will be able to see this option, Testng for Eclipse. Okay, so you have to just click on install button and you have to install it. See, on my system, it is already installed. That is the reason I'm getting this option, no, install. So you just need to go to this, search here, Testng for Eclipse, and just to install. Process is very simple. You just need to go to click, next, right? Agree that agreement, whatever they have provided to you. And somewhere while installation only, if you are getting any error message, right, just ignore that error message and you can continue, right? So after continuation, it will that installation process will ask you that you want to restart your Eclipse, so please do restart. Okay, so Eclipse में Testng को जब add करोगे, you have to restart the Eclipse. Once you do this entire process, where to check that where it is added. So go to any package and just right click and see in the same window, just scroll it. Okay, somewhere if the options are not visible, scroll it and you will able to see this option, Testng. Everybody, are you able to see this Testng? And in the Testng, you will get these two options. create Testng class, convert to Testng. So let me show you quickly how you can create a Testng class and then what will happen. What is the difference in Selenium normal Java class and Testng class? Okay, so let's see. If I create a class here, just provide a name. Suppose this time also I'm writing, okay, this is Testng Google test. Let me write, okay, just observe and just click on finish. So this is a Testng signature you will get once you add it, okay. You just need to import some jar also, because now this plain Java only have a WebDriver library, but here in the plain Java project, you need to add a Testng library. So go to this and it will ask you to add a Testng library, add it. See, you are able to see some external libraries now. It has added to the project. So now we can create a Testng test case. So how we can do that? Just observe. Here, now, whatever the code it is, let me, for time being, let me copy this code because I have already provided some key and path. Let me copy everything. See, I will just copy this and I'll go to here in the Testng and inside a test annotation. Okay, what is this? This is called test annotation. So in Testng, what is a change in Java? Basically, let's see one more difference. Okay, whenever you want to write a program, okay, in Java programming. So what we do, we create a class. Suppose I have created this A class and whatever test case I have written here, this is my entire test case. So in one class, I can able to write a one test case only. But when you create a class, which is a Testng class, suppose this is a Testng A class. In this Testng class, every test case, I mean, you are able to create a multiple test case. This is the beauty. And every test case you are able to create with this test annotation. So annotation means @ symbol agar hai, so this is called annotation. Technically, iska matlab hota hai some rule, it has its own guideline, and Testng is obviously framework, so it has its own guideline. You just need to write test annotation along with a method. Suppose I will be writing public void test case 1. Yeah, it is also possible. We can write. And here you can write your test case. So this is considered as a one single test case. If you write one more time, test, again, public, void, let's say test case, whatever it is 2, right? And here I can again write a second number test case. So in one class, we can maintain multiple test cases. Let me show you. So if I write the same, okay, this is a direct ready-made function we are getting. You can just make a change here. This is test case number 1. And let me show you one more beauty. This is a framework. So because of framework, we are able to see some ready-made feature. If you run it, see what will happen. You are able to see a proper console result, whether your test case is pass, whether it is fail. Now see, my Chrome is open, Google application is open. And if I close it, just observe here. I'm getting some beautiful result. You know, run one test case, it is pass, no failure, no skip. And see, this title is Google and test case is pass. So this time, at least we are able to observe some result. Everybody clear? This is a Testng result. And that is the reason we generally follow Testng to understand whether a test case is pass or whether it is fail. In normal programming, you know, whatever I have tried here in the normal code, normal Java program, you will be not able to see this kind of result, right? Whether your test case is pass, fail, you are not able to observe. And that is the reason we generally follow Testng. So just for now, observe it, understand it. What is Testng? Testng, it is a framework. Okay. And now let me show you. Suppose if you want to create a one more test case, you can write in this way. Just create test annotation along with any method name. Suppose I'm giving a name, test case number 2. Okay, already I have given one test case name. So let me give a test case number 2. And suppose I'm writing here. Okay, just I'm writing one message. Welcome to API testing. Let me write. Welcome to API testing. So let's see if I run it, what will happen. This time I should get what? 2 test case result. So this is the first test case Google. Let me close it. And now you can see total run how many? 2. Matlab, ek ye test case run hua aapka, and this is the second one. Correct? And now we are able to see the result in console. 2 were pass. Now you can see here. Pass, test case 1, test case 2. And see, I'm able to see Google title, plus I'm able to see this welcome to API testing message. Everybody clear? So this is a beauty, you know, this is a framework beauty that we can follow, that we can use in this programming or in this automation part. So we will cover this entire topic in a deep. So do not worry. There are so many things in Testng and WebDriver, but let me come to now API testing. So this is a framework that you can follow, and we have already added in the Eclipse. Now, what is Maven? Usually, if you observe here, every time if you create a plain Java project, whatever external things you require, you just need to add somewhere in the jar file. Okay, there are, now you can see there are 4 to 5 jar files are available. But if you apply Maven project, the latest IT demand is Maven project. Everything, the automation part you should write in the Maven project. So Maven is actually build management tool. It is also considered as a project management tool. The complete project, you can implement a project, you are able to build a project, you are able to create a documentation, everything using Maven. So you guys need to create what? Instead of Java, plain Java project, now we are going to understand how to create a Maven project. So the process is very simple. What we have to do, just focus, everybody. Let me close it all and let me show you. You have to go to the file. In file, go to the new and see. So far what we use this option, Java project. Now you need to go to this particular option, project. So once you go to project, so many projects are there. Just scroll down and you will be able to see this Maven option. Okay, so Maven, you will get it here. And see, just expand it. You will able to see this option, Maven project. Click on it and just go to next. Now guys, once you click on next, it will ask you, do you want to create a simple project, skipping that archetype? So either you can use this option or you can select the archetype. It's up to you. I will show you in both ways. Okay, let me create a simple project first. If you go to simple project, see what will happen. If you go to simple project, go to next, and just here you can provide a name. So let me just write a name. This is REST API. Okay, simple project. Let me give a name. Okay, REST API, simple project. Okay, simple. And I will copy this group ID. Actually, group ID represent a company name, and artifact ID, it is your project name. You can keep it same. There is no problem. Okay, just write a group ID and artifact ID, and you have to click on finish. Once you click on finish, you are able to see your Maven project, and just observe. I can't zoom it, but just observe. All the Java project, you will get this J symbol on that, but on Maven, you will get MJ, right? It is a Maven project. If you expand it, you are able to see these 4 folder structures internally. Basically, what are these? Let me tell you. Basically, Maven is not only for testing purpose. For development also we use Maven. So developer and tester both can follow Maven. Maven is a complete framework. I can say it is a build and project management tool. So everybody, they can work together, right? So whenever Java developers will simple implement their logic, they will use these first 2 packages. So implement the code, they will use src main Java, and to create some documentation resources, they will use src main resource. But now as a tester, which package you guys need to use? You guys need to use this test package. Okay, here you are going to prepare your test cases. So the process is very simple. You guys can simple right click, you can create your own package, and inside this own package, suppose this is a web testing. Let me just give a name, web testing. And in this own package, you will be able to create a class. The process is very simple. Okay. But in the Maven, the main part is what? It is a pom.xml. So this is a configuration file. Now, whatever libraries, whatever things you required for your project to complete the task, everything you can add where? Inside this configuration file, which is called pom.xml. Okay. It is called, or it is stand for project object model. POM stand for project object model. You guys need to use it. If you open it, okay, you will be able to see this XML structure. So when you create a simple Maven project, you will be not able to see the other details like where the build is, where the dependencies is, everything you have to add manually. Okay, let me show you. You guys need to add in this way. जैसे कि अगर मुझे dependencies, okay, now let me come to this point. What is dependency? So everybody, what is happening when you go for Eclipse? And if you want to write a Selenium test case, Testng test case, you have to add an external jar. You know, what we do, we add an external jar file here for everything. Like for WebDriver also, for Testng also, we add a jar. But when you create a Maven project, okay, in Maven project, you don't require a jar. So what the Maven developers has implemented, basically Maven is implemented by Apache. So what the Apache did, Apache ने एक share repository prepare किया है. So every library, whatever you require, it is available in this share repository. Okay. So here you will get a jar, and every jar, whenever you are going to add inside a Maven, that you can add in the form of dependency. Okay. So everything you will be able to see in the form of dependency. So it is nothing but a jar only, but dependency is available in the tag fashion, that is in the XML fashion. Okay. So you will get a proper syntax here. So if you want to write a code for a WebDriver, you just need to search on this Maven repository, where the WebDriver dependency is, and then you can add it. So this is a central repository we have. Okay, I can say this is a central and share repository. Everybody can use it. Okay, it is free. Fine. So tomorrow you don't need to add it every time. Go to the Maven, go to the add, and go to the Maven and add a jar. No need to do that. The process is very simple. Go to this repository directly, copy dependency and add it to the Maven project. Okay, and then you can use it. What is Maven? How internally Maven will work? We will see in the automation part. But this is now for only API. You guys require these many things. So I'm just trying to show you what is Maven. So where this Maven repository is, so let me show you here first. You have to just add dependencies, and under dependencies, you are going to add everything. Okay. Every opening tag, it should have a closing tag. So please do properly. Now go to the Google. Let me show you this Maven repository. Just type here MVN repository and you are able to see that official website. This is the official website. Okay. Whatever you want, WebDriver, Testng, see, everything is available here. Suppose if you want Selenium Java, that means WebDriver dependency, just go to this Selenium Java option and you are able to see this. See, org seleniumhq.selenium. Go to this because we require dependency. The latest stable version is 4.3.0. Okay. Let me take the older one because that will be the most stable we can consider. So yes, both are available in the June. No, so I will be taking this one, 4.2.1. This is a dependency. Now you can see here you are able to observe the jar file also. Okay, if you want that server jar file, whatever we have added in Eclipse, that also you can follow. Otherwise, just come to the Maven and yahan se bas copy karo. Fine, it is copied, and now you can simply go to the Eclipse and here you can add it. See, मैंने add किया. Use Ctrl+Shift+F shortcut key, which will it will change the proper format. You will able to see the dependency in a proper format. And once you add anything here, just save it. Ctrl+S. This is the shortcut key. Okay, Ctrl+S. So now, because of the dependency, you guys are able to write a Selenium script. Okay. Similarly, I want Testng also. So same thing we can do. Search here for Testng. See, once you search for Testng, you will able to see this. This is the official site, org.testng.org. So let me select this one. The latest stable version is available 7.6.1. So let me take the older one. Let me take this one. Yeah, 0. And I will copy. Okay. Go back to the pom.xml. After this dependency, add it. Once you add, Ctrl+Shift+F and save it. Done. So मैंने इसको भी save किया. What else we required? Now, because we are going to perform rest assured, so we just required one rest assured dependency. You have to just type here rest assured. Okay. And you will able to see this dependency. So instead of adding jar, now we are just adding dependency. So in one dependency, you will get everything. No need to add that 4 to 5 jar. Okay, just observe. In the Eclipse, in the previous project, Selenium project, whenever I have added this Testng, GC 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 files get added here. Correct? And every file including some projects. Can you see some packages and some code? So now we don't need to add this kind of manual thing. Okay. In Maven, what we can do? We can add only one single dependency. The same thing we are understanding now. So for rest assured also, you just need to search rest assured and see this is the official one. io.rest assured. You just need to copy this. Okay, just go to that. Click on that basically. And you can check here the version. Let me take this one. Okay, I will be taking this one and just copy. Okay. Now, if you go back to the Eclipse, just do one thing, paste it here. See. And again, Ctrl+Shift+F and save it. right? So in this way, we can add a dependency. But see guys, I have shown you only plain Maven project. Okay, simple Maven project. If you want to create a same thing with a archetype, how to do that? Let me show you. So I'm going to create a one more Maven project just to show you. Just go to new and go to project, same process. Go to Maven project, click on new. अब मैं आपको बताऊंगी प्रीवियसली हमने ये किया था, राइट? क्रिएट अ सिंपल प्रोजेक्ट. नाउ लेट मी शो यू दिस वन. Add a project for to the working set and just go to next. Here you need to add some filter. Just write Maven, then hyphen. Just write here Archetype. Okay, and then you can see you just need to write here quick start. Fine. This is the particular filter you just need to apply, and finally you will get this. Okay. Once you have this, just click on this. The latest version is available 1.4, and you can click on next. Here you can add your project name. So let me write here REST assured. Okay, or REST API. Let me write. Yeah, you can give any name. Let me give REST assured testing. Okay, and I will be adding the same project name also. See, and let me go to finish. That's it. Now, what is the difference in simple Maven project and Archetype Maven project? Let me show you. So I have created this one, Archetype. If you observe, now only 2 folders you are able to see. See, yahan pe dekho. 4 folder structures are there, no? 4 folder structure. But here you are able to see only 2. The important one are only what? Like SRC main Java, SRC test Java. If you go to the pom.xml, see the ready-made things are available here. Basically, you are able to see this entire project detail. Okay, that we have in the simple project also. See, here the detail are there, correct? But the change is what? You are not able to see this URL address, or you are not able to see some properties. Okay, extra things are there. Ready-made things are there. In fact, in dependency also, by default, there is one JUnit dependency available. You can see. Plus, you have this build section, some plugins, everything is available, right? So these things you will not get in a simple. You have to add it manually. जैसे अभी हमने add किया, correct ना? So you can see only I have added dependency, but बाकी build वगैरह सब कुछ आपको add करना पड़ेगा. So better we can create a Maven, this archetype project. Now what I can do? See, the very first I will be using this one. Okay, so I have to provide my compiler here. So first of all, which compiler, which JDK I'm using? I'm using basically 1.8. So whatever JDK you guys are using, just add it here. So I'm just giving some compiler resource information. And just now I have added these 3 dependencies. No, let me copy. Okay, let me copy these 3 dependencies from here. And I will come to the rest assured, and under this, I will be adding it. So under dependency section, I don't want now JUnit. I will just paste it here. And for this project, let me save. Okay, so I'm going to show you entire practical here, right? So this is a REST assured, and this we are going to use it. But see, why I'm getting failure here, red color lines are there. Because in REST assured, you will be able to see some ready-made packages. Just delete it. Okay, just right click karna hai and delete karo. Inside a SRC main Java, inside SRC test Java, you will be able to see this. So inko delete karo. Fine. See, I will be deleting it. And then whatever the project, whatever the changes you did, just update the project. Save karne ke baad, just right click on project, go to Maven and go to update project. Very simple. Okay, and just update the same project, rest assured, and save it everything. Done. Now let me start with the project, or I will say the concept. So here, how to write a test case. Let me create directly Testng test case now, because you will be able to see some ready-made code here, right? Okay, so package, yeah. See, I'm getting nothing here. That means it is a default package. So let me create my own package. So I will go to and create a package under SRC test Java. This is a REST API. Okay, API test, and I will click on finish. And under this, I will be creating my Testng class. Okay, so just understand how we can pass a request. So this is what entire request, how we can write, how we can pass. So let me show you first request. Okay, first request, how we can pass it. Okay, done. So this is our first request, right? Suppose I'm going to show you get. Let me show you get request, or let's see. Yeah, we can write a get. So let me write in this way, get request. Okay, get request. Now, what exactly you need to do here? We have to start with, see, rest assured we are understanding, we are learning now. So what you have to do, you have to directly start with rest assured class. So you just need to use here rest assured, okay, dot. And you can see there are so many methods are available. So whenever you want to pass a URL, you can just have that request. So which request you are going to pass? See, I'm going to pass this time get request. So I will go to get request, right? And here you can pass it what? URL address. So let me apply semicolon and I will be passing here what? URL address. Suppose HTTPS colon, let me add Google, www.google.com, correct? So what we are passing here, we are passing here get a request. So I'm just looking for Google. But see, whenever I'm passing request, okay, I am just expecting what? Some response from the server. So how you will get that response? So just observe, this get method will return you what? Response. So here one interface we are going to use, that is called response interface. So guys, I will just declare here, okay, response, just observe, response res is equal to, and we have to import it. See, you have to import it, response, import response from directly, you are getting some package here, import it. And you are getting here so many package because I have added Selenium also. That is the reason I'm able to see this. Just a minute. Okay, so let me add it. Let me check some other imports also. And I will be, yeah, I just want to import it from rest assured. Okay, be sure that where you are just adding this response. So you have to add it from rest assured. Okay. Yes, and this time you can see these two import statements you are able to see here, correct? One is io.rest assured, and one more is io.rest assured response. Correct? These are some rest assured interfaces and classes we are using. Now what I have to do? So just observe, I have to check some status code. So just apply that object res, it is an object now for response interface, and here we will see that method. See, you will able to see multiple method. Whenever you want to check some, a status code, see, get body is there, class is there, content type is there, right? Session ID is there. And see, for status code, you are able to observe it, correct? And here, what you can do, yes, status code, ye jo method hai, this method will return you integer. So just write it, okay, integer. This is what? This is a status code. Okay. Now what I can do, if I want, let's say, if you want to print it, just to print out, let's say I'm just writing status code is, okay, and here I'm just going to print it. Just write status code. Fine. Let me check how exactly it is working. See, run using Testng now, and let's see the answer. Okay, this is not a UI testing now. You will be not able to see any UI. But see, I'm getting the result. My test case is pass. And let's see what is the result. Can you see? I'm able to observe that status code is 200. Everybody, it is clear. How exactly you can perform API testing using automation? You just need to use rest assured class and then you can pass a request. Fine. Now there are so many things, but let me start with a very basic. This is the first basic code that you can try. In fact, if you want to match your status code, how you can match? See, whatever we are getting here, okay, response.get status code, it is nothing but your actual result. So you can just match your actual result with expected result, no? But how you can do that? For in Testng, for that we can use assert. So you can just write here assert. Assert dot what? Here the methods are available. Asserts equals method. Let me show you one more time. Assert equals method, and see, we are matching two integer value, no? So we have to just observe and take that same, see, two integer value, and here I will add what? Actual result with expected. So what is my expected result? See, my expected result is 200. I should get this response code, that is 200, and if both are matching, it should print one result, test case pass. That's it. Let's see whether we are able to get the same result. So one more time, I'm passing my request, get request, very simple. and see, I'm able to see the result. Can you see this? Status code is 200 and test case is pass. So basically this point we have covered in Selenium ID. Okay. Selenium ID, whenever you want to validate a certain state of the application, we can use some commands, assertion commands. And in assertion, there are two different types, hard assertion and soft assertion. So this is a assert class available in Selenium. Okay, this class we can directly follow. In fact, it is coming from Testng. And using this class, we have a beautiful method. You can try that method and you can validate a response, or we can validate any, I can say any actual and expected result difference. Whatever you want to apply, you can apply this assertion. So for exact validation, what I can say, for exact validation, we can use assertion. Okay, test case ko validate karna hai, so assertion is the best option. So only code we can test? No, there are so many things. So this is for first test case that I have covered for code. Now let me cover one more. See, now I can change the name. So this is for test code. Test, I can say response code. Let me give this name. Okay. Now let me show you one more. What if I want to validate any body? Okay, whatever the response you are getting, maybe in the form of body, right? That also we can do. Kaise karna hai dekho. I will be creating one more test case. Fine. See, public. Again, you just need to write void. And yes, this is what? Test response. Okay, test response body. See how we can do this. Now, again, we have to start with the same. Okay, rest assured. So I will be just writing here a class name, rest assured. Then again, get. But this time, let me show you from a dummy site. Okay, so just observe. This is a dummy site. Okay, let me go to the get. See, this is the first request and let me capture that URL. Done. And now just observe. I'll come back here. I'll just add it here. It is very simple. So what I'm expecting this time, I'm just passing this request to this endpoint, and then it should return me what? That response. So let me just declare response again res. Yes, same variable you can follow now because this test case is different and this test case is different. Okay, so there is no problem at all. Now what I'm expecting after this response, let me come back. After this response, so whatever response you will get here, you can validate, right? So this time, whatever you want to do, suppose example, let me show you some other method also. Suppose I want to observe the status code and I will be just directly printing it. Okay, so let me just write system.println and, okay, not logger, just a minute. Yeah, let me add system.println. And here I'm just going to write a message status code. Done. Status code is, if you want, you can write. And you can just make some formatting. Just a minute. I'm just making some formatting. And then you can add it here. Correct? So this is what? Status code. Yeah, but kiska? Let me add that result response dot get status code. Done. This is a method. In this way, you can try. Now let me show you some other method. Example, if I go to this again, this time I just want to observe, suppose status line. There is one more beautiful method that we can try, status line. Response dot what? Get status line. See, Hannah, this is the method that you can try. If you try one more, let's see. If you want to fetch a time, you know, the current time, whatever you have just defined, okay, the status is coming in what time, right? Everything we can validate. So status time, let me write status time is, and again you can apply that method res dot get status time. Okay, get time only. I guess there is a direct method. Just a minute, one more time. See, just apply dot operator and you are able to see that. See, get time is a direct method available. Okay, so let me show you these three methods. This time I'm executing two different test cases, guys, previous one and the new one. So let's observe. Okay, now this is the answer. See, two test cases were passed and see the result. So code is 200. This is from coming from first test case result. Now this is the second test case result. The complete line, code, time, everything, you know, you are able to observe here. So in this way, we have completed two different test cases. Why I'm getting code two time? The previous result and this result also. This is a test case result for a first test case, and this is coming for second test case result. So why you're getting in this way? Because the test case are always executed in a simple alphabetical order. Okay, मैंने नाम दिया है test response body, and here I have given a name test response code. So B always come before C. That is the reason. First executed this part and then second executed this part. Okay, done. So now you can observe, if you don't want to run that first test case, just comment it. There is no issue at all. Isko comment karo. Fine. And now you can see. This is the response. This time if I execute, I will be able to see only second test case result. That means only one test case result. Just observe. Yes, test case is passed, and see the result. Got it? Code, the line, and the time. Okay, in this way we can apply some methods. Now there is a one more beautiful method if you want to print body. Okay, so just observe how you can write a method. Just write res dot and see there is method get body. If you observe, yes, here you are able to see that. But what I just want to print this body in the form of, let's say, a string value, because if you print it now, you will get some code. Let me show you what will happen if you directly print it. So just observe in the console, there is no UI and nothing. So you are just able to observe here and see I'm getting what? I'm getting something, this kind of detail. IO rest assured, you know, some kind of this kind of detail only I'm getting. I'm not able to say exact body. So do one thing. Just apply one more method. Okay, toString method. Yes, basically whatever things will be there, you know, in the object, you are able to, if you want to return it in the form of string, तो आप लोग toString method को use कर सकते हो from the object to string if you want to convert. Okay, so let me use toString, and this time if you run it, see the result. Now if you observe here, what I'm getting. Okay, why I'm not able to see that? I should get that printed data. Just a minute. Okay, we are not able to see that string information. Just a minute. Okay, I'm just getting some code and line information. The body part is not able to display. Okay, let me try with JSON object. So what I'm going to do is I will be adding one more dependency. Just a minute. Let me show you this part. So obviously, just add here some JSON object, a JSON simple dependency. Let me write. Okay. JSON simple. Let me try one more time. Let's try for only JSON. Then you are able to see, yeah, this one, Google. Okay, Google implementation I want, JSON simple. Just use it. इसका latest version, okay, बहुत old version है. Let's copy this and let's use it here again in the dependency. Let me show you. So I'll go to the pom.xml. I'll just add it here. Done. Control Shift F and Control S. Save karo. Once you add it, now you are able to create a JSON object here. Okay, you can use some JSON object and then you are able to execute it. So same request, you can print it in JSON format. So let me try this one. So let me come back to my main test case here. Okay, and what I'm going to do, I will add here now JSON. Okay, you just need to write JSON object. Okay, this is the way. So example, this is the object is equal to new. Again, I'm adding JSON or capital object constructor. Done. Let me import it. JSON object coming from this JSON simple, just import it. And once you import it, now you can try this. Suppose I just want to print entire response, you know, so I will be just writing response in the form of, can I add directly, okay, or can I directly print that object? Let me show you. Instead of this part, now let me run this. Let's see whether we are able to see some kind of response. Yes, let's say it is passed, there is no problem, but yes, I am not able to see any response. Okay, I guess, wait, in the get, just let me go to the get. Yes, we should get this kind of response. So let me try the same code. Okay, I'm just able to see this entire detail, you know, 200 detail I'm getting. That status code I'm getting. Just a minute. So let me just show you. Okay, there is a one more way. Yes, one more way. Just a minute. What I'm going to do, let me try with this here. Suppose response dot get body. Okay, and get body, it is in the form of what? I'm just going to print at toString, right? And suppose this time, if I try with some other, because I'm not able to see that in a console, right? And that is the reason I'm just searching any method, any other method that we can use. So this time, okay, there is a one more way that I can show you. If I just if I just use here that object, no, it will not give me that object data. Just a minute. JSON path, okay, toString. Yes, toString. Actually, the path we can convert it into toString. So toString should print entire body, but why we are not able to see that? Okay, as a string, let me try with as a string. What exactly we are able to observe here? If you are printing or using this. Okay, so what I have written, yeah, this is the response body. I just want to return. Let me print it one more time. So in sysout statement, yes, I have used here also. Let me remove this now and let me try with this as a string, whether we are able to print it. Or else I will show you the new technique, like whatever they have added in their official website, accordingly also we can do that. See, yeah, this time, yes, we are able to see that. So not toString, just use as a string. And yes, can you guys see this? I'm able to show you this part now. Page 2, per pages, 6 objects are there. See, this is the information. Whatever you see on the console, on the browser, same response you are able to see here. Everybody clear? So now with the help of as a string method, we are able to print that response. So JSON object also we are not able to use here. तो आपने नहीं भी यूज किया तो भी चलेगा. Why? Because it is not printing anything. It is just showing that there is no JSON object. Yeah, empty thing I am getting. But this time, because of as a string method, you are able to see this string information. So this is correct. But let me show you what they did. You know, if you go to their official website, just type here rest assured. Okay. And if you go to this one, restassured.io. Okay. This is the official website. See, the testing and validating REST services in Java. It is harder than dynamic languages such as Ruby and Groovy. Okay. So rest assured brings simplicity using these languages into the Java domain. So you, with the help of JSON, we are able to pass a request and we will get this kind of response. And this we can validate. Okay. So news hai, just scroll down. Here the release notes they have given and see the beautiful documentation they have provided. Just go to this option, usage guide, and see here they have given some documentation. So it is a Java, DCL for simplifying testing, REST-based service built on the top of HTTP builder. And if you go to this, just scroll down, okay? See, you are able to see this information. So they ask you to import this, all the packages in a static way. So what is the purpose of this? Let me show you why we need to import it. These packages you just need to import statically. See, in order to rest assure effectively, it is recommended to statically import these method, okay, from the following classes. So जो भी method use करना है, it will simple. Whenever you import these packages statically, that means what we can do, we are able to use all the method in a static way. So which method? See guys, if you scroll down, they have given some data. Suppose this is a request, get request, and this is the answer, right? If you want to fetch some information, instead of writing this normal script, rest assured script, you can write a code in a simple manner in this way, like get, then, something body, and directly you can convert this information or compare this information. So how it is possible? How you can do that? Let me explain. So this time, what we are going to do, we will create a second test case. Let me create a package. On the package, right click karo. Just go to second test case. Let me go to directly Testng. And here I'm going to show you all requests. Okay. So REST HTTP request. Let me give the name of my class. Done. And this is my REST HTTP request. And now if you observe what we need to do, we need to import some packages, which is available in this official website. So let me copy these 3 packages now. Okay, they have already given this. Copy this, come back to the Eclipse and just add it here. Okay, you just need to import it. So just write import and you just need to use your static keyword. Okay, and finally you can just write a semicolon. This is the way to import. One more time, import. Okay, import again in a static way. Just let me write here static. And yes, let me change spelling. Yes, import static way and apply here semicolon. Same thing you can do for this matcher, import it in static way. So import again static, that's it. तो ये हमने क्या किया है, we have just added this particular static package here. Okay, so whatever method will be there, you are able to use it directly. Now let me show you for get request first. One more time I'm writing a code, get request. See, for get request, now what we have to do, we have to pass some URL. Okay, so how you can pass it? Basically guys, here we are going to use some Cucumber keyword. In Cucumber, there are some keywords used in the BDD framework. Generally, given is a keyword which will always talks about a prerequisite. Okay, whatever the initial condition you require, that prerequisite you can add here. Okay, prerequisite. Let me add. Done. Now, guys, if you want to apply some step, okay, so you can apply when. When is for what? All the steps you can write. And if you want to check any output, so you can apply then. Okay, then is for report, or I can say to test the result. Simple. Fine. So these three keywords are very special. So whatever test case you will be writing, scenarios you are going to prepare in this given, when, then keyword. Same keyword we are going to use in rest assured. Okay, so what we are going to do, but keyword in the form of method. So you just need to write now given. Given is a method, and then you can apply here direct get request. Okay, it's very simple. Hardly 10-15 minutes stopping is remaining. So please observe it properly. Okay, so this is a get request. And here you can pass your request. That means endpoint. Let me go to the official website again. This is a get request. Let me try again one more time this one. So I will be copying this endpoint. Okay, let me select everything and just copy, and let me add it here inside my Eclipse. Done. So given this is a get, and what you can do, so what you want to do, suppose example, whenever I'm giving this request, then I should get what? Response code. So I can add here a then. See, then is a method. मुझे डायरेक्ट रिजल्ट चेक करना है, कौन सा रिजल्ट? I just want to check my status code. So here we have a direct method status code. Just use it. And what the status code should be? It should be 200. See, one more time I'm showing it. Observe. Given, I'm giving this particular URL, then I should get the status code, and you can end it. Now just to write and just to improve the readability, what you can do, you can add in this way. After this dot, I can add it here. Given is what? This is a URL I'm passing. Now, then mein kya hai? Yes, then is the actual, it will check the expected result, right? Or actual result, whether it is matching. That's it. You can add in this way also. So given is what? Given this, then what should get? You should get this one, status code. Let's see what will be the result. If you run it, what is the result now? So whenever I'm executing it, see, I'm getting, yes, this my this request is passed, but I'm not able to see that code and everything, no. So यहाँ पे एक और method आप apply करो, just apply dot, just use your log, log dot all. This will print everything on console. Whatever response you are getting, the code and everything, you will able to see in the console. Just observe. One more time, run it and see. Now, what is coming here? See, the entire result we are able to see on the console, correct? And see, I'm getting the response code is 200. Everybody clear? 200, okay. See, I'm getting some date information. I'm getting some content type. What is this content type? It is available in the header part, okay? Few headers also you are getting, which is coming from the server now. This is a server response we are getting. And this is the string, or I can say JSON format result. It is not in the form of string now. It is a JSON now. So whatever you can see on the browser now, you are able to observe here inside the console. So everybody clear how you can pass a get request and how you can validate it? Yes, what is written here? Just observe. What is written in this official website? See, in this way, I mean, just let me scroll it and see, they have given something here. So if you want to pass this URL and if you want to check that whether it is a body, so how you can check that? So example, if you observe the console, now in console also we have, this is a complete body, right? ID is equal to something, and then we are getting email name, whatever value you want to validate, you can. Example, if you want to validate this ID is 10, okay, I just want to validate whether ID is matching with 10. How you can do that? See, you can add here one more body. Just a key. Before this log and all, what I can do, I can just go to this and I can add here a body. Okay. What body you want to compare? So just add here, whatever it is coming. See, it is coming where it is a part of the, it is a data, you know, and data and which is a, these are some indexes. I can say this is the 0th index. This data, see, it is a data array. You can see data and this is a square bracket indicate it is a array. Inside the data, this is the information, no? So array always start with 0 index. So this is a 0th record. This is the first record. If you go to next, this is the second, right? And this is a third record. If I want to check that whether third record is 10, so I should get that. Okay, how you will get that? See, you can just write here data.id. Okay, and here I can capture what? This is my third ID. Whatever third ID will be there. Okay, I'm just going to compare it. So just add it in a string format. This is the body that you are going to compare. Just add it in a string format. And then what you can do, you can just write here, comma, and here you need to use one method, equals. Let me write equals to method. Okay, equals to method what? I'm just going to compare with 10. Okay, now equals to method, you have to import it. See, the method is undefined. It is, you have to change it. Okay, let me change. What is the change here? Equals to method. I have given correctly. Let me check it one more time from the console. Yeah. Oh, it is equal to method, not equals. Done. So let me make a change. Done. In this way also you can add it. Okay, equals to 10. And then what you can do, if you want to again print that entire log, you can. So here you can add what? One more time log, and yes, all. Okay, entire log also you are able to print. So if it is matching, it will pass. Definitely it will pass. So no need to perform, you know, direct methods are there and you can use that method and you are able to test it. See, I'm getting again my request is, or result is pass. So you can see it is matching with 10th record. So I'm able to see the result. Correct now? So whatever it is, suppose I'm looking for, no, I just want suppose 201. This is the response code. Obviously, once you run it, you will be not able to see that result. For this request, 200 is a status code, but I'm passing here explicitly just to show you the failure case. I'm passing here 201. And see, this time my request got failed. You know, I got a result as a fail. And now if you go to the console, see this. In console, you are getting result is fail. And see, we are getting some error here, right? See, assertion error I'm getting. Expected status code is 201, but actually is what? It is 200. So in this way also we are able to validate. So these are the method which are ready-made method that you can follow and you can validate your request. So this is what guys, how you can validate a get request. Is this clear? This is a get. Get का काम क्या होता है? Simple. Get the result, you know, get the status from the server. Everything we can access from the server. It is only used to retrieve action. Now let me come to the next. What is post? What is post request? Very interesting. See, I will be creating one more test case in the same request class. Let's see, this is my second test case. Test annotation, public. Let me write a code. Public void, and this is a post request. So yeah, let me write post request in this way. Camel case format ko follow karo. Done. And yes, in the post request, what we are going to do, just observe. Basically in post request, what we are going to do, we are going to pass some data. Correct? No? Let's see. We are going to pass some payload, right? That we have covered in the Postman also. So we are going to pass this kind of payload. So what you can do, how you can pass it, let me show you. Okay, in the post, I just want to create some data first. So here, key and value pair. So for key and value pair, we have a very beautiful topic in Java, that is collection. Whenever you want to maintain key value pair, which collection interface we can use or which collection class we can use, I can say map is an interface, but it is not actually part of collection, but still we can use map right now. So map is a separate interface which will help you to maintain everything in the form of key value pair. So I will be taking hash map. It is a class, correct? Just write hash map. Here we can maintain everything in the form of key and value. So I'm taking string as a key and I'm taking object as a value. Fine. And I'm just going to create here a map reference variable, new. Again, you can write here a hash map. Done. And here you can just apply this kind of constructor. Let's import hash map from java.util. All the collection interface classes we can import from java.util. Now let me show you how you can add a data map dot which method, put method, and put में बस data को add करो. See, this time I'm going to add some name. Yes, because you can see in this request I'm going to add some data, name and job. So let me take the same. I'm going to add this name, and name may I just want this is the name. Let me write. Suppose I'm adding here Priyanka. Done. This is the name. And let me apply semicolon. Okay. So what we are going to do, this is the first value. Map dot again put. One more time, I'm going to add one more map or one more request data. Let's say job, right? This is the one more key. And for key, I'm going to add some value. Suppose my job is trainer, let's say. Okay. Now, this is the data. What we can do if you want to print it? Yes, you can directly print it. See, we have already covered this part in collection interface, right? So yes, if you observe this time, I have commented the first test case. So now I can show you only post request. So I'm getting only one result, which is successfully completed. And yes, this is the post request. You can see, okay, I haven't added any post. I'm just showing you map. This is my map. Okay. But now, if you want to use this entire response in the JSON form, now we can add a JSON object here. So now I can show you JSON object. See, obj is equal to new. Again, I'm adding JSON object. Okay. And the constructor part. Let's import JSON object again from the same JSON.simple. And here, what I can do, same thing. I can pass this map to here directly. And what I can do now, I can show you the entire result in the JSON form. So just print everything. So I'm just going to write here system out println statement. Let me write obj. Done. Now just observe what will happen. The difference you will get to know, string and the JSON format. So you can see this is a string format data and this is a JSON format data. Got it? So first of all, how to create a data? This is the way. Now let me start with my post request. How we can add a post request, guys? First of all, this point is clear to everybody. Now, whenever you want to add a post request, what you are going to do? You just need to create that particular request. So how we can create a request? Very first, let's start with given. Very simple. Okay. Given, what we need to do? So in that case, I just want to print this JSON format, right? So I will just go to this one more time body. See, body, everything I'm just expecting what in the form of JSON. And here I just require that body. So I will just go to this one that directly you can take a body and here you can pass what? I will say my JSON object is obj dot. There is a one more method that you can try. Okay, to JSON string karke hai. Yes, it will return you string. Okay, so let me show you. This is a method. Iska return type kya hai? It is a string type. Fine. So we can compare with this like body. Just if you want to print it, first of all, see, I will be able to show you. You can print it like this. So just write obj dot to JSON string. And let me comment out this line. For now, let me show you what is the change here. Okay, so again it is showing you JSON. Yeah, we are able to see in both way. Either आप direct object को use करो or complete JSON को use करो. It will show you the JSON form. Done. Now I'm going to validate it using post. So I just want to pass this body, correct? So I'm going to use directly either this one or directly obj. Both are same. Okay. And what I want to do is I want to apply where on the post request. So let me add it. Given this is a body, so this body we need to pass ना. मुझे ये data pass करना है post में. Post means what? We are able to create. So I just want to create this information, right? So I'm just going to pass this body to whom? Here I can add that when. Just observe. Here I can add that when. When is a method. Okay. When what? The request you can add here. Post request. And here you can add that endpoint. Okay. So let me just come to this point. When. When is again a cucumber method or keyword, I can say. And here it is a method. And here I can add my post request. So what is a post request? Let me copy. Let me go to the post. Let me go to the endpoint. And this is an endpoint. Let me copy Just observe. And here we can paste it. Correct? Done. Once you apply post request, what we can do now? See, on this post, then you just require to verify something, right? So what we can do, we can apply here then. Okay, just go to the next line and I will be adding here then, only to improve the readability. Okay, see. And then what you are expecting? So example, you are just checking that status code. You are expecting some status code. Let me check what is the status code on this request. So yes, on the post, you are able to see 201. Done. So I will be adding the same 201. Okay. And same thing, if you want to check that result, just add what? Lock. Yeah. And then dot all. Okay. Done. This is the way you can add a post. Now let me show you. If you run it, what is the result? So yes, the previous println statement you are able to see and see I'm getting the data. Yes, and it is updated. Can you see I'm getting this ID generated for update request? Sorry, post request. It is not update. We are able to see only ID and this is a creation time. Okay, let's observe. Here also you are able to see that. This is your data and see the ID and you are able to see the creation time. So same result I'm able to see here. Correct? This is my data. The data is available here. The same data I'm getting here. So these are dummy APIs. That is the reason you are not able to see that data again here. This part you can cover in Postman right now. But whenever you are passing through the Eclipse, this is the result you are getting. Okay, that is means we are on the correct track. So this is the data we are able to successfully pass to the server. Yes. So post means will help you to pass the information to the server. Now, after post, what are the three different requests? Yes, put, patch, and delete. Let me show you. This is again very, very simple. Let me again, okay, input also, just observe, okay, what exactly we are doing, everybody. Let me go to put. Again, it will help you to update something. But see, again here we are passing data now. So the script remains same. See, I have created my data like this, okay, using hash map. Same I'm passing to the JSON. And then I just want to use the same. So let me copy. It is same script, you know, just create a separate test case. Write here test, public, void, and this is what? This is for put. So let me show you. I'm showing you put request. Just copy the same test case. Why? Because I just want to pass some data. Now, if you don't want to print it, don't print it. So just remove this part. Okay. Now, data I'm going to pass to where? To the put request. The only change is I need to use here put. And then you have to change this endpoint also. Correct? You need to go to the site. Put ke liye kaun sa endpoint hai dekho. You have to go to this and just select it. Okay, Control C. Now come back to the Eclipse and here you can add it. Done. So what I'm expecting in the put, I'm expecting that the response code should be, yes, what is the response code here? Let me check. It is what for put? It is 200. Done. And I have given here 201. So obviously this will fail. Let me show you the failure now. See. So 200 is expected, 200 is actual response code and I'm expecting 201. So obviously it will fail, right? So you can see again, you are able to see that assertion error, right? And this is our data. Let me do one thing. I will update it here 200. Suppose I'm expecting 200 only. This time, if you run it again, you will be able to see the result. So मतलब put में आप लोग क्या करोगे? You are going to update that. And once you update that, see again, you are able to see not data, but you are able to see that information updated at the time and everything. Correct? And this is the entire data that we have passed. So put में आपने ये data को pass किया था, right? Same thing we can do for patch because patch also do the same thing. It will also help you to update. And if you observe on the official website in the patch, are you able to share some payload? Yes, same payload you are sharing, no? So I can copy paste again the same code. No need to write it again and again. See, it's very simple. Okay. Now, yes, depend on requirement only you can follow, but this is the way. So let me show you now the patch request. I will be writing public void and this is a patch. Yes, patch request. Okay, let me write properly. Patch request. And see, what I'm going to do, I will just paste the same code. What is the change now? Yes, obviously the request name, we have to pass here patch. And yes, आपको endpoint भी change करना होगा and some status code also. Let me check through the official website. When you go to patch, You are going to pass this endpoint and see response code should be 200. Done. So let me go to this. Let me copy. And yes, let me paste it here. Done. And same 200 response code. Obviously, just save. Patch will also help you to update. If you run it, you are able to see the result. So this time I'm updating same data, name and Priyanka. Name Priyanka and job is trainer. Now you can see I'm getting the same result. Okay, pass. My test case is pass. But in patch, what we have seen that we can pass, we can perform updation partially also. Example, I just want to change a job, suppose, or maybe, okay, job only. So I can update, I can pass it. Yes, you can. Just pass this one. Okay, map.put job trainer, and I am just going to comment now the name. Now, if you observe one more time, so you will get the same result because partial update is possible. See, job trainer we are passing, you know, and yes, we are getting correct result. So everybody clear how you can apply these methods? So put patch, and now there is a one more remaining last method, REST API method, that is delete. See, delete, we don't need to pass anything. It's very simple, right? So when you are passing this request, you should get this response. So let me take this endpoint directly. Control A, copy. If you go, see what we are expecting in delete, what should be the response code? 204. Okay, let me show you. This time I will be writing my test case. Okay, let's see. Test, and this is public void, again delete. Okay, let me just write delete request. And guys, here, just observe. Very simple step, you know, I'm just expecting whenever I'm passing request, I should get a result. So you just need to write when. Okay, just write when. When what? Whenever you are passing request through which particular method. This time I'm going to use delete. Okay, in delete, you are going to do what? You are going to pass that endpoint. See, this is the endpoint. And what I'm expecting, so I can write then, I'm expecting what? Status code should be 204. Let me check it one more time. Is this correct? Let me check it. Yeah, 204, right? And this is the endpoint. Very simple. Only one line code, right? अब इसको थोड़ा formatting आप कर सकते हो. Like this, you can maintain just to read it properly. Correct? And see. And this time also you will be not able to see anything on a console, right? So no need to use that log.all. Anyways, you are not able to see anything. See. So delete, we are passing this request and there is no payload, nothing. Okay, previous test case is also working. And you can see both are now successfully executed, but let me comment the previous one. So let me comment this patch request. Just a minute. Okay. And now let me show you only for delete. Suppose I'm giving here some message. Okay. So, okay, past delete or delete request pass. Okay, let's see. I'm executing it now. Let's see whether it is able to delete. Yeah, delete request pass. See, got the answer pass. Nothing you will get. Why? Because you can see there is no response coming in the form of body. You are able to see only code. Correct? No. So that is the reason you are not able to see anything on a console. But guys, what we have seen here, this is the way that you can write a script for API. You know, rest assured. So in the interview, people might ask you multiple questions. So today I will be sharing you all the interview questions related to API testing. Just follow the recording, do practice, you know, and just complete this kind of practical. Just try it. It is very, very simple. If you observe here, so these are the benefits, you know, why we need to do API testing, because API testing is a language, you know, this is a completely language dependent. And let me tell you, internally, REST API uses some JSON pattern. JSON is completely lightweight. It is a universal protocol actually for communication, and it is a platform language dependent. So the API is also platform language dependent. So I can say independent, sorry, not dependent. So language independence is available because of JSON, and that is the reason it is language independent. Then GUI independent hai, right? It improves test coverage, and yes, you are able to see the result in a faster way. So basically API testing has these many benefits. If you're doing with the REST, if you're doing with a Postman, it's depend on the company requirement. But this is at least for a fresher. You should know these many points. And yes, Here we have completed this API testing session. So please follow the recording, complete your practicals and practice it. It is very, very simple. That's all for the day. Thank you, everyone.